Lucien Engelen is the founding father, initiator and curator of TEDxMaastricht. His motto is improving healthcare with the heart. Lucien, what do you mean improving healthcare with the heart? How do you do it?
Well, I think there's a lot to be done about improving healthcare at present. From academic perspective, it's often approached from data-wise, science-wise. And somehow down the road, the mind gets kicked off and the heart gets kicked off. And what I mean with healthcare improving by the heart is actually you know what should be done if you talk to people about what they're suffering from and how they would like to experience actually healthcare. So.
Okay, I have a small surprise for you.
You got a surprise?
It was not planned.
Okay.
But you worked on this, but you didn't see it yet.
I didn't see it. It's okay, great. It's there.
The patient as partner, a book on participatory healthcare that you wrote, that you made right.
Yeah, well, okay.
I want to give you the first copy of this.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's great. It's great to having this. I actually didn't write this. Peter and Peters and Cindy Kloin wrote it for us after a process of what's the process that we're in UMC St. Radboud are at present. Okay. There's a lot being done already. There's a lot of buzz about participatory healthcare. But what is it? Aren't there any pitfalls? Aren't there any chances to be covered for? And they made a tour throughout the whole of the University Medical Hospital.
And they talked to a lot of people there?
They talked to a lot of people. They were all in this book. And I saw, of course, the stories themselves. And I think it also shows the flip side of it. It's great to try to improve healthcare stepwise. The challenges are huge. So it takes us at least 7 or maybe even 10 years to find out what this can mean. Okay,
get back to the beginning of it. You write, so I'll say somewhere in the book, we should think big, act small, dare to fail and stop talking and start acting. Which is a lot of things to do or not to do.
It's easier not to do sometimes things than to do them, and I think there's a lot of talking going on, and people should get more into action actually. That's one of the things that we are doing in our Reshape Center, try to figure out how we could at a high pace try to innovate and implement these innovations as well. And often during the process of implementing, you see the benefit and the changes of it. And technology at present is not the issue anymore. I could show you, for instance, something that my friend Dave Albert gave to me only last week. I'll show you in the camera. I have to hold it for a little while. It's a 1-lead AKG actually, so it's an ECG.
Your heart?
This is my heart, and I think it'll show.
Going up a little now.
It will show the heart rate. That's a little bit up tempo at present, I think. But what you can see is that on a regular iPhone with a few little pedals on the back side, it's possible to have a cardiologist at the other side of the sea actually see and view my ECG. So that gives a lot of different perspectives and chances as well. Okay. So technology is not the issue.
What is then the issue? If technological, almost everything is possible, what are the issues?
I think it's a mind shift from people getting from what my colleague Bas Bloem told last year, getting from God to guide, that's one. 2, we are training our new professionals in a different way, and we should start with that as well and try to move them more to the participatory way and use technology in a different way actually.
Okay, then we get back to these professionals. Are all doctors, nurses and other professionals enthusiastic of the changes? I don't think so.
No, as you know, everybody wants to innovate, but nobody wants to change. So, no, not everybody is enthusiastic about it. But the challenges we are facing are big.
What are you doing about that? Because it's not about technology, it's about behavior, about attitude.
Yeah,
How can you influence people?
We show them good examples. We show them colleagues of different countries, for instance, that are doing it. And on the other side, we engage them with patients. And the thing that we see at that very moment, once you get patients together with their healthcare professionals in a quiet, peaceful environment, just like next Tuesday, e-patient Dave together with 80 physicians and their patients will have a dialogue evening. That's, we think, the road that we should add on.
Okay, then you have also added the role of the patients in the game.
It's
in the
strange that
change.
you mentioned that. It's not. We don't have to add it. It's there already, but we don't use it.
No, yeah, it's there, but that's not the practice of medicine in the Netherlands and worldwide, that the patient is cooperating in healthcare. So that's what you want to change.
That's one
But
of
then,
the...
again, the question, the enthusiasm of the professionals. We heard in professionals that are also boundaries in this, that you must not overdo it. How do you find a balance?
There will always be boundaries. Just pick it up and put it somewhere else, then you create new boundaries. So you could wait and wait until we run out of time actually. But we really think we should take this one step at a time. There are a lot of people out there that are willing to do, so we will work with them as well and try to convince the others and show with them and work with them to find our way through it. And that's perfectly written down in this little booklet, what pitfalls are to be vanished actually.
Okay, all the participants receive one, a copy of this?
Everybody here in the audience will receive a copy at the end of the conference.
Yeah, and is there an advice in the book for people working in other organizations, what role they can play, how they can do it?
I think I should go back to my quote that you mentioned, stop talking and start acting. Start small. Sure, it's good to think big and you should, but most important changes act on a very micro level and that from then kind of spread out.
Okay, we have heard today, because we're going to the end of the day, a lot of talks, inspiring talks, discussions on technology, attitude, behavior, relations. What was for you what were the most special talks, for instance?
Well, as you know from me, I'm especially thrilled about patients taking the stand, and I'm very proud that once again they did that. And looking, for instance, to Clarissa, who was on stage, and when she got off backstage, she stepped up to me and said, well, I wouldn't like to pronounce the last sentence since I knew I had to leave the stage and I want to share so much with this audience. So I think we can learn a lot about patients and from them, and that is one of the aspects of my talk later on as well.
And that's really what inspires you?
It's one of my drives, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Last year it was first edition, TEDx Maastricht. Now the second edition, TEDx Maastricht 2012. Is there more future of healthcare?
Yes, I think the brand of the conference is the future of healthcare, and we did this now twice in the format of TEDx Maastricht. At the end of my talk, I will announce what will happen to the future of healthcare next year. So a little bit more attention, I think.
So you're not on the live stream going to tell us what is going to happen, when and where?
Just a little bit more waiting room.
Just another patient. Ronnie Zeiger also called for patience.
Yeah.
We have too little of that, perhaps.
Well, I think so. Yeah, I think there will be more patients, of course, but it's also difficult. That's the other one.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a difference with the last edition of TEDx Maastricht?
Yeah, there's a difference. The first time we had more technology in it, and we had more peaks on a specific topic in the program. We've kind of more spread it out for now, and we're very curious and anxious to hear from our audience what they think of it. Since you could go either way around the table, of course, but we think it's more balanced, and I hope, and actually I think that the actual effect of today's conference will start of 2 or 3 days once people get a hold on what's being said and how they could implement it in their own practice.
Okay. Hope to see you next year again, somewhere.
Somewhere on this globe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.